My name is Saad Nawab. My pronouns are he and him. I'm the co director of Bodies of Desire.
My name is Varsha Panikar. My pronouns are they, them. I am a filmmaker, poet, writer, visual, and voice artist. Bodies of Desire was something that I wrote and I co directed it with Saad, and I also voiced.
For as long as I've known myself, I've been dark, black and white, and all the shades of in between.
We always wanted it to sort of be montage like. We wanted to showcase four different stories of different kinds of couples that we knew and we had seen and we sort of related to.
She found me.
For us, I think it was more about making it look very raw and uninhibited, something that would have sort of like a spontaneous and romantic quality, almost like looking at scattered pages of a diary, where you're just kind of flipping through it and you see these different stories coming together.
When Varsha initially came up with the idea that to translate and adapt poetry into something, a visual, we came up with the solution that it doesn't necessarily have to follow a beat by beat traditional narrative structure. I mean, the poetry can lend a narrative to itself.
A passion, a mind, a kiss. Indulge me in your quiet whispers. Tell me your secrets. Divulge.
I think for me, it was always from the beginning a really simple and classical story of love. Yeah, if you look at it, it could have very well been a straight film. But we've had enough of that, right? So we wanted people to sort of look at it as just a portrait of intimacy and desire. It's in those moments where when you're looking at two people passionately in embrace or in love, all those labels that sort of divide you and me and divide people sort of retreat into the background. And that's what I hoped people would look at it as. And I just wanted it to be people to realize that it's just a universal feeling and look at it through eyes which are free from sort of prejudice and bias.
She's creamed and sweet and random.
Kaushal, our cinematographer, he brought a lot to the table. We ended up keeping it as natural and as practical as possible. One didn't want to beautify or stylize or fake. That's the reason we went into constant workshops and performances to not make anything feel staged and unnatural in terms of how our performers interacted with each other.
To do a project like this, which is so intimate, I think you need to be really transparent with what you're trying to make. Your actors or your non trained actors, they're not your puppets, they're humans with emotions. And I think it's important to treat them that way. And then what you get out of that and what they are ready to sort of deliver to you is automatically so beautiful and authentic.
The taste, the smell, the sound of ecstasy filling the room, the beat.
Speaking from my experience, the representation of queerness and gender in our society has been from a very patriarchal point of view, which is seeped in the understanding of everything from the binary. From my experience growing up, I don't remember having seen a single good character or movie which could be seen as a positive role model, which tells you that you're not alone, which tells you that you're not abnormal. For all the talk of inclusivity, I would say we still live in a not very perfect world.
Beauty of such stalwart beating hearts.
I mean, I hope that one day we can have more of such films, where our stories are not seen as the stories of the marginalized or people living on the fringes of the society, but as simply human. And I think there's a long way to it, but it's a step.